What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Commercial Kitchen Chronicles. Tonight, I am flying solo, but I do have very special guest Ryan Hughes on. But first, I want to talk about Viper. You know what makes a tough job easier? Using products that actually work and are safe for you too. That's why Viper's all about. Their coil cleaners are non-corrosive, non-toxic, and easy on equipment, and it takes to use them. So thanks, Viper. What is going on, man? This has been a long time in the making. I'm terrible about asking people to come on. I'm terrible about scheduling. You have a podcast, so I'm sure you understand how it is. Like some days you do great about scheduling, and then some days you're like, oh crap, I got a show this week. I need a guest.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me on, Pat. I enjoy the show. I watch when I can. Wife and kids and life, Wednesdays, but I try to catch it as much as I can. And I appreciate you having me on. Yeah. So thanks. How are you?
Good, man. I'm glad to have you on. We'll get into some other stuff later on about how this all started because you kind of played a role in it, as the promo said. So, Wednesday nights, we picked Wednesday nights because I was on Thursday and Jason likes watching football and I didn't agree with football season. So I could see that. So we went to Wednesday and now it's like there's certain nights of the week. So like you try not to compete with your friends. Like you guys are Saturday, Adrian's on Tuesdays and is his premieres, and then Thursdays he's live. So you try to like not do it. You got Chris and the gang on Friday nights. It's just like, what night can I do it where it doesn't interfere and try to, because you don't want to fight for viewers, but you don't want people to be able to tune into what they want to tune into. So it kind of works out. But we just kind of stuck with Wednesday night. Occasionally, if a guest can't do a Wednesday and they still want to do a live stream, I'll move it to a Tuesday. I've got one coming up in January. She's a tech for a commercial company, but she's also a youth pastor. So Wednesday night she's busy. I was like, hey, we'll do Tuesday night, So, we work for what we can, but Wednesday's what the night we kind of just landed on. So
Absolutely. And if I may talk about your sponsor real quick, Viper Refrigeration Technologies, what a great company they are. I've gotten so much generosity out of the people over there. When I first started my YouTube channel, I wanted to do a giveaway. I had no subscribers. I was doing I think 1,000 or 2,000 subscriber giveaway, nothing. I had no viewers. I reached out to them. They sent me so much stuff. And then my birthday's coming up. And of course, Facebook said, would you like to promote a charity? They do that when it's your birthday's coming up. So I was like, sure. I always liked St. Jude's Hospital, cancer, kids, I think that's a great cause. So I put it up. John Pastorello, with no solicitation, boom, contributed to the giveaway. So I just wanted to say, not only is Refrigeration Technologies and Viper an awesome company, they're great people too.
Oh yeah, that it's a family-owned company, American-based company. They're growing. They just showed off their little. They're building out some stuff, and they're coming out with really cool products all the time. So they're killing it, man. And they support a lot of guys in the industry. They supported me this whole year, and I'm not really, I don't have a humongous following, but they're always there for me when I need something. Like I said, I did a giveaway, and they sent me some hats and stuff, and I've had to reship that giveaway stuff twice because I forgot to put the guy's apartment number on there. So hopefully he got it this week because I keep forgetting to send it out. And finally, my wife's like, hey, what's this box doing? Is it yours? I'm like, no, it's supposed to go out. Can you ship it out? So I finally shipped it back out again for the second time. But
yeah, that's funny.
But he's understanding. He got the cool part already. He already got the vacuum pump and stuff from Navac. So that's probably all he cared about.
Nice.
But I sent him a bunch of samples of some stuff from Refrigeration Technologies. I'm sure he'll put that to use too. So.
I don't mean to take over your show or anything like that, but I did see on social media that you did just put in a new Navac recovery unit and vacuum pump in your van.
Yep. I've had those for a little bit, but we hired another refrigeration guy, so I've been kind of backfilling some of the roles.
Yeah.
I threw them on the truck, and I got to use that vacuum pump. So it's an actual A2L and A3 rated recovery machine, and then it's an A2L and A3 rated vacuum pump. And I use that vacuum pump, dude, and that thing, it's impressed me, dude, because it's pretty small, but it did the job. I didn't get the battery one; mine plugs in, but it rock and rolls, dude. It pulled down a walk-in freezer in about 20 minutes down to like 325 microns. I was like, okay, let's go.
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's cool.
Too bad our brand new evaporator coil was plugged on one of the tubes, and we had to pull it all back out and redo it all.
Uh,
The joys of refrigeration work, man.
yeah.
So let's get into you. It's all about you. It's your episode to come on. I know you're not a guest very often, so you don't know what to do. So let's talk about how long have you been in HVAC industry and what do you specialize in? I see you do a lot of commercial stuff. Do you do mainly light commercial, industrial, or what do you do?
Yeah, do light commercial, some light industrial stuff, nothing crazy. And I know a
Mm-hmm.
lot of guys are like, "You better try to work on more things and learn it all." And I get it, but I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I graduated high school in 1997. And right after that, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't super mechanically inclined. I didn't do a whole lot. I was a different person in high school. Well, maybe not that different, but so I wanted to go to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh down in Pittsburgh for video editing. I always had a passion to do that. My mom kind of said, I don't know if that's the best idea. You can always go do that. Let's find something a little more practical that you can actually get a job doing. So she talked me into visiting our local trade school. I looked through the list, I toured the school, and I thought, HVAC, why not? That's cool, right? Even though back then it wasn't so cool. So I did like 2-year thing there, got a job servicing. Well, my first job was at the Holiday Inn, being basically a runner and working on PTAC units. I did that for 6 months and got my first actual HVAC job with Agway Energy Products, tuning up oil furnaces. So 2.5 years there, learned the oil, never really worked on any gas. It was all oil furnaces. And I really liked it. All the tinkering and the tweaking and, getting everything, to work simultaneously. I thought was
Mm-hmm.
really cool. Then I got my second job with our local residential uh, HVAC company, Central Heating and Plumbing. And I was there for 12 or 13 years. And then I went and joined the union, bounced around 2 companies there. One I worked for 2 years, and then the job I'm at now, I've been with ever since. Basically doing retail, commercial HVAC. We have some restaurant accounts. So I work on walk-in coolers and freezers when I need to. A lot of reach-in stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. Hanging heaters, tube heaters. We do a lot of those lube stop places, and
Mm-hmm.
the hanging heaters. I'm more, if I had to categorize myself, I can do air conditioning and I enjoy it, but I like the heating side of it. That's where I
Mm-hmm.
am more comfortable. Um, I can get by, I know enough to work on air conditioning and repair them and diagnose them, but I'd say my passion is more in the heating end, gas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I do. 2000 I started. So what is that? 24, 25 years I've been doing it.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
So when you made that jump from non-union to union, you already had years of experience behind you. Did you get a test out, or did you have to still go to class, or did they start you at a certain
They
level?
started me at a B rate. I had to do
Yeah.
some little test,
Yeah.
which I passed. So they
Mm-hmm.
started me out at B rate, and that's where the issue with the first company was. They said, "We'll get you, your A card, no problem." So we made a deal. They were going to send me down to this place called WTI in East Liverpool. It's a hazardous waste incinerating facility. And I was like, I'll do that if you get me what I want. Well, I'd been down there and I'd been down there and they never did it, basically. Then I started to develop this weird rash all over my hand. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not feeling well now. They're burning hazardous materials down here. So then I found my next company, and part of the deal for me to come there was to get that. And there it was. So yeah, it was the best move I ever made. I know there's a big union, non-union, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't get involved in any of the debate back and forth because I've seen it from both sides. There's
Oh
good and
yeah.
there's good and bad on both. And, as long as I do what I got to do and I'm doing my job and I do it the best I can and I'm not lazy, I feel good about it. But there's definitely some good benefits that come with being in a union. There's certainly some benefits that go with non-union. So I stay right in the middle on that, try not to get involved.
Yeah, I'm not pro or against union. I mean, there's plenty of jobs out there, no matter union or non-union. There's companies that'll take care of you, union or non-union. You can get screwed either way. I mean, it's just what fits you and what you want to do. I mean, like I'm famous for saying like I just don't want to work for a place where because this guy's been doing it 30 years and we both have the same title. He makes the same amount of money than me, but he can't do what I do, and that's the thing that turns me off from it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that,
I try to just stay. I hear you. You
just worry
you go,
about yourself. Yeah.
I worry about myself, but it's hard when you go to someone else's write-up to do the repair and either need to re-diagnose it or be like, this isn't the problem at all. Because then you got to explain to the customer. I hate to throw people under the bus, but guess what? I've got bosses to answer to. If what I do here as to make the repair can't be done because it's not what needs to be done, that's not throwing somebody under the bus. That's saying, hey, bro, what do you want me to do?
Yeah. You can't screw your customer, and you can't lie to your customer, or you won't have a customer.
Sure.
They'll figure it out sooner or later.
Yeah.
So you have a YouTube channel. How long have you been doing YouTube?
I think 4 years, 5 years.
And did you get bored one day and start it up, or did you see someone else do it and thought, I can do that?
I thought, I don't know. Well, it all came back full circle with wanting to go to the Art Institute of Pittsburgh for video editing back then, which I'm glad I didn't do because guess what? In 1997, they were editing VHS tape. And I'd have learned a whole lot about editing VHS tape when digital came along just a few years later. I watched a lot of YouTube channels, Chris Stevens, all the guys. I was watching them and I thought that'd be cool. So my first video is me and my friend Mike, my coworker, just doing a Sunline York heat exchanger. There was no talking, no instruction, nothing to it. I just set the camera up and played some music over it. And then I just kept going with it. And then the followers started to come and, I said, well, let me get to 1,000. Let me see if I can start making some money at it. And then I got to 1,000 and then I thought, wow, let me see how far I can go. I feel like I could have gotten a lot further. I have a big problem with doing a bunch of work and then I let it sit dormant for a month or two, which isn't the way to run a YouTube channel. But at this point, I just do it when I feel like doing it. So
I get you. There's times I'm so close to becoming monetized on one level, and then I'll just forget about it, and I'm like, oh crap, and I go back and I'm like, well, I just lost all the traction I had. I was almost there.
Yeah,
and then
I know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But I don't want to put out videos that aren't, up to my standards at least. And a lot of times I'm doing repetitive work. I do a lot of repair work. I do some service, I do service calls when I'm on call, but I don't know why the dynamic is like that over where I'm at, but I'm about to hit 10,000 subscribers. So if anybody's listening out there and wants to help me out and hit the subscribe button at Hughesman HVAC, that'd be great. Maybe that'll motivate me to get more videos done. I've been thinking about doing less of this was what I'm actually working on today, and maybe more of a vlog type, that would cut down. I could be able to put out more videos and show some of the work, I don't know. But my real passion now is trying to get this podcast growing, the Misfits of HVAC. I'd like to get that, built.
It's a lot. It's a lot of work, man. I've been a little over 2 years, and the last couple of years, I'm trying to make a real effort to be, regular every week. Occasionally, I'll miss one because I'm traveling or a guest didn't line up or I've had internet problems. But it's a lot more work than I thought it was going to be. When I thought I was going to start it, I was like, oh, it'll just be something to do. I'm like, oh, now it's a second full-time job.
Yeah, it is. Because, to do the show each week is one thing, but then to schedule the guest and, edit the thumbnails. I like to edit thumbnails for the show. Sometimes I make them funny. Hey, there she is.
Yeah, she's in there. She said she wants to know about your merch site.
yeah. It's Ryan Hughes HVAC.com. I've got the Misfits of HVAC shirts over there, hoodies, couple different designs. I've made up some designs for Hughesman HVAC. And then we also have Jennifer's HVA Chicks Coalition shirts over there. And that's another thing. It's a full-time job, Pat, like you said.
Yeah.
I want to start developing more funny designs. I'm a big, funny guy. I like to be funny, and I'd like that to reflect in the shirts. So I
Yeah.
want to try to come up with some designs that are humorous, whatever. I don't know, but you got to constantly think about it and then go home and do it. And with a family, it's hard running kids here and there. And, but it'll all fall into place. I think winter's coming and there'll be a lot of downtime that I can get to work on that. But, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I love what you guys do over there. I try to tune in on my kid on Saturday nights, or I try to catch it on the podcast side, or I'll play it on YouTube as I'm driving down the road. Listen to it that way.
Sure.
I really enjoy you and Jennifer and the guests you guys have on. It's really cool. I had fun on there. I know both my co-hosts have been on there.
Yeah.
I think that was the infamous milk episode, if I do believe.
It's the milk episode.
So you never know what's going to happen over there.
Yeah, and we try to, when I started it, I basically woke up one morning and said, I think this is after me and you spoke. I was like, I think I want to do it because I was originally doing lives with Rick and Steve. Rick from everything, or Rick from HVACR Survival, and Steve from Everything HVACR. And we had a lot of fun over there, but it was kind of inconsistent. We didn't know when we were going to do it and not do it. So that kind of was here and there. And I thought, man, why not? I can do this. So I started it. I reached out to Jennifer. I actually had her scheduled. I wanted to schedule her to just come do a live with me on my Hughesman channel. And I said, you know what? Screw it. I think she'd be a great co-host. Boom. And we've been doing it ever since. And we've had some fantastic guests on the show. We got 80 episodes under our belt. And I can't even think of all of them right now. But if you go to our YouTube page and go under the live tab, you can just go down the list or go to Spotify or Apple Podcasts. They're all right there. I label them with the guest's name and their episode number. Boom. And there's some fantastic shows. We've had some fantastic shows. We've had some guests that will never be back. We've had some other guests that we love, and they're like family. And like we had Kim Keevers on last week, D&K Refrigeration Specialties, and she just knocked it out of the park. And I made a comment on a Facebook post that said, great show. And I said, the podcast is only as good as the guest is. The guest really makes the show because we do an interview style show. I try to bring some comedic stuff to it. Jennifer is she's a whiz. She's a very smart woman, and she brings a level of credibility, I think, to the show. And we just work together really well. And that's it, man. We love the show. We're going to keep doing them. 100 episodes will be coming up. We're planning something special for that. There might be some giveaways. There might be some special guests. There might be a video montage of us throughout the years. I don't know. You'll have to tune in Saturday nights at 9 on YouTube.
Dude, when you slow down, I still need an intro. So we're still going to have to figure this out one day. I know you said you'd help me out. I just keep forgetting about it or keep trying to get it going. So
yeah,
we'll have to get that going.
Let's do it.
But yeah, your guys' show is great. You talk about guests, and man, I've had some guests. I was scared. I was like, this is going to be a terrible episode. And it turns out to be like one of my best episodes.
Yeah.
And then I've had guests like, oh, they're going to knock this out of the park. And then it's like, I'm yawning and I'm like trying to drag it out of them. I'm like, you weren't like this like 10 minutes before the show started. And as soon as I hit the record button, like you just like froze. I'm like, what in the world happened?
Yeah. Or it's technical issues. All of a sudden the camera's not working or the microphone is making noise. But yeah, we've had some great guests on the show. I got to say 95% of the guests that have been on were awesome. I'm not going to talk about some of the others.
I have days where I'm worse than the guests, so I can't always blame the guests. Let's be honest here.
No, I hear you.
I've been really fortunate with the guys I've surrounded myself with. It's a team of us. I'm always here, but I have Jason and Rich, and we get along really good. We have different perspectives, and I miss the days when I first started and it was just me. I remember when I first started this, I thought it was just going to be me solo and just talk to the camera. And I recorded like 4 hours one day and edited it down to like 20 minutes, and it was absolute garbage. And then I realized I really need a co-host to help me out. So, and Dusty came along, and Dusty was really good. And I think Dusty's going to probably make an appearance coming back here soon. He's got some schedule changing and some stuff, so he's going to start coming back on as well. So
Yeah, you've got a great thing going, Rich, and that other guy. Why did
Jason.
I can't? Jason Latimer. He's great. I got to meet him. Did we meet in Vegas or in Chicago?
Yeah, we met in Chicago. Yep.
Yep. Okay. Well, at the award show.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks for reminding me. That the open bar gets me every time.
Dude, the bar, yeah, that'll get you in trouble. I try to be good, man. I think Jason had a little fun because we went to leave. He said he was going home, and then he's sending me pictures and videos of him out at like 2 a.m. with people. I'm like, I thought you were going back to sleep. I'm like, look, we've got a hard appointment in the morning. I don't care what you do. Just please show up on time is all I ask.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
He is definitely a social butterfly, though, dude. He is all over the place. And I still see random pictures people post of him from like, the Tactical Awards or AHR or some other event. We do some food service events and stuff, and random people tag him in a picture. I was like, where was he at? How did he do this? He went live on a rickshaw in Orlando at NAFM a year and a half ago.
I think I saw that.
And he was just like playing music in some rickshaw just going down. I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's always you never know what he's gonna do. But
yeah,
I'm looking forward to Orlando this year. I don't think you're going, are you?
I can't. This year? Yeah, I can't make it this year, which is a shame because Florida's awesome. We're actually planning a trip to Florida after, so it's like, and I've got some things going on, but yeah, it's gonna be cool. And Jennifer will be broadcasting the Saturday night she's down there from the symposium or at her Airbnb or wherever she's from. We're going to be talking symposium.
Yeah, I'm doing the symposium as well. I'm going down. I think I'm going to go down Tuesday. I'm going to go over to American Panel. They're a walk-in cooler manufacturer. I'm going to go over there and check their facility out, talk to people over there. And then I finally decided I am going to do the symposium. So I bought my tickets as soon as they went on sale. And I'm excited for that. And then Tactical Awards and then the show on Monday through Wednesday.
Yeah, it's going to be sweet. It's going to be sweet. Now, is it Vegas the year after?
I think it got messed up 1 year rotation because of like COVID or something.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, but I think it is Vegas next year.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I'm definitely going to make the Vegas one. I'm bringing the wife along for that one because we're Vegas people. We got married in Vegas. I proposed to her in Vegas. We've been there multiple times. We love it. She doesn't drink anymore, but she gambles and say, no, I drink and gamble. It was fun. Vegas is always a good time. If anybody's never been there, go.
You don't even have to gamble. Just like go people watch. That's the best part about it.
Yeah.
It's just like to watch the people, like tourists, people from other countries, locals. You never know what is going to happen in Vegas, man.
No, it's crazy. It's so much fun. I recommend if anybody's never gone, do it at least once in your life. It's a blast. It really is.
Yeah, we went for the first time we went to Vegas was when it was AHR. So I did the Tactical Awards, and then we came in that Friday. We got up Saturday morning and walked like 11 miles. So that was going to be a good idea. And then I'm trying to wear like dress boots to the Tactical Awards. And luckily it was across the street from my hotel because if I had to walk much further, I probably would have been crying.
Yeah.
My feet hurt so bad. And then add in, let's walk around the Las Vegas Convention Center because, you're only going to walk 10 miles a day inside the building.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
I bought brand new shoes and I had to throw them away after that. I was like, these things are trash.
Yeah. Yeah.
My fat butt walking 50 miles in 5 days is not a good idea.
Oh, by the time I get back, it's going to look like a totally different place because they built so much. I mean, it's been a few years when the kids came along. We used to go a couple times a year, but yeah, they built so many new things there. It's going to be like a whole different place.
Well, yeah, they're tearing down that one casino.
The Tropicana?
They blew it up or imploded it.
Yep, they're building the stadium. The baseball stadium is going to be right there.
Someone said that they did one sweep like a couple days before, and then they blew it up. They didn't go back and re-sweep the building. They're like, if there's bums in there, there's bums in there, and just let it be. I was like, holy cow! I was like, that's rough, man.
I know it's off topic, but have you ever watched? There was a time in my life where I was obsessed with Vegas and playing poker, so I was watching the stuff on YouTube. The storm drainage tunnels underneath Vegas are just filled with homeless people that live, like they build their own little shanties down there. It's crazy.
Yes. until they get a big giant rainstorm and they all
Yeah.
get washed out
They
and
get
stuff.
washed
Yeah.
out. It's insane that, you know.
I think they had a big rainstorm last year and people were hanging out like where the gutters come out, like those
Yeah.
come out and just like watch people get swept away. I was like, they were like live streaming it on TikTok. I was like, what is wrong with you people?
Yeah, man. Yeah, insane. Insane.
My wife turned the heater on out in the garage. I was like, what does that sound?
Yeah, I did turn mine off. My furnace is right here, so anytime we go live, I have to kick the furnace off, and my wife always complains. So I've got a little sticky note right here on my computer.
Turn it back on. Turn it
Turn
back on.
furnace on after broadcast.
That's funny. No, I don't. I've got a furnace for the barn. I just haven't put it in yet. So I've got like a propane torpedo heater, and she must be out there doing something because it just fired up. Either that or I didn't turn it down low enough when I came up here. Either way, it'll shut off in a minute. So, but no. So you are kind of responsible in a way for this stuff. My journey. I think we hooked up on Facebook in some groups, and you seen me, and then you asked me to come on your Saturday night live stream, and I was like, I was super nervous, super weird, didn't know what to do, and I had a blast. And I was talking about starting up some. I may have already started up the Instagram, showing what I did, but I didn't really do a whole lot, and that kind of like launched everything. It's like, hey, I can do this. I'm not. It's not that awkward as I thought it was going to be. It was fun, and that's kind of just where it all started. I watched other guys. I was a fan of people on YouTube. I watched you. I watched Chris Stevens and all those guys, and there really wasn't a whole lot of people doing the hot side stuff. And I just, well, I'm going to do it. And I just did it. So
yeah, no, it was a great conversation because I was just starting to mess around myself. And that episode's actually still up on Hughesman HVAC. If you go over there and click the live tab, you'll see Pat Finley right at the very beginning. And I think we talked during that episode about what you were going to name it.
Yeah.
And we talked, and I said, I don't know, man, something about Commercial Kitchen Chronicles really has a ring to it. And I'm really happy to see that you went with that. I think it's awesome. And I think what you've built over there because you've encompassed a whole section of the industry that, like you said before, wasn't really getting any, it wasn't being highlighted at all. I think it's cool. And because it's stuff I don't work on so much, the hot side of it.
There's some other guys out there doing it, and they're starting to get, gain some traction. I'm excited to see the other guys get more involved, and I'm waiting on Rich to get more involved, but he's just too busy. He's too busy fixing stuff, man. He started that company, and it's really blown up. I'm really proud of him. He has a lot of passion, a lot of pride in what he's doing, and I think he's going to do something big. I mean, he cares about his customers, and he wants to do the right thing, and he's out there killing it. So we'll see. I told him he's get back into content creation though, because he's slacking, and I can't do it all.
Yeah, he's awesome. I've spoke with him a few times, on the phone after he started his business, and very cool. Love Rich. He's awesome. Can't say enough good things about him, and wish him the best of luck with doing it. Is his son working with him? Is that who?
Yeah. So he's got a couple sons. That's his oldest one. He's got another one that's getting ready. So his kids are homeschooled. He's got another one that's getting ready to graduate, but he's like 17 and he's getting ready to start too. So
good.
I think he's just going to roll the other one into a van and then, take the other one under his wing and work him for a while, and then just be, the three amigos there.
Hell yeah.
Killing it. So he did go out and he bought a press tool for refrigeration lines because his son's been building some boxes, and he wanted, I always talk about the RLS stuff. He didn't go with RLS, so he's a trader there, but I won't give him too bad of a hard time. It's more of an issue of what's available locally. I mean, that's what I tell everybody. Like, what's available in your area, use that. But I always preach, what I use. So, but his son's been building boxes. He's like, he hasn't had time to teach him to braze yet, so he taught him how to use that. And his son's been building boxes. He's like, he used it on one job. He's like, I'm sold, man. He's like, I'm gonna use this everywhere. He's like, until he can braze comfortably and he don't have to worry about it, he can use this.
Sure, no doubt.
So we got some people. I mean, we got a full house out here. We got all kinds of people. Brian says he's going to meet up with Rich when he goes to the fest at the end of January. That'd be really cool, man. We went to a little cigar place, had some beers. It was fun. But yeah, get a chance. If you definitely get a chance to meet up with Brian, he's a really good dude. So.
Yeah, Brian Sanders is a guy I'd like to meet up with. We're fairly close. I believe he's in West Virginia. I was just in West Virginia at the Morgantown Mall. I was like, maybe I'll run into Brian Sanders walking through here. But I didn't.
You drive around that much for work?
Oh, dude. Yeah. Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, West Virginia, Sandusky, where I got attacked by the seagulls. Yeah. And it's all, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you're union, so you're outside of your local in some of those, or is that all your local still?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
I just go where I'm told.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going. They tell me where to go.
Yeah. And it's cool because I get to go to all these different, that's what I love about it. That's what I'd like to maybe document a little bit more on the YouTube channel. I could show the repair or the service call or whatever I'm doing, but I'd like to incorporate a little bit more of my travels and my personality. I think that, I don't know, you tell me. Some people love my personality. Some people hate it.
Everybody has fans and haters. Don't take it personal.
I kind of get it from both sides, but you know what? That's all right. I mean,
I'd look at it as engagement is engagement.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to definitely turn the dial up on the YouTube channel videos here the next year. That's going to be a personal goal of mine, is to turn it up and start pumping out some more stuff. Funny, informative, mechanical, whatever. It's coming.
So I bought those Meta glasses and I was all mad because you can only record a minute. But the last update lets me record 3 minutes at a time. So I think I'm gonna start using those because most of the stuff I work in is like right in front of you. It's so small I can't really have a camera. Like I gotta wear something. And I thought about, I seen those Insta365s have like a small wearable one. You can put like a magnet underneath your shirt and clip it to it.
Sure.
I thought about buying one of those. I may ask Santa for one for Christmas. We'll see. Hint, hint, people.
Yeah, they've got them. You can clip them right to the bill of your hat. I've been looking into, because I've been using the GoPro. I got 2 GoPro 7s, which is not the newest GoPro.
Well, it's a 13 now or 14 or
why buy new cameras when these ones are still working just fine?
I've got a 12, and I use it sometimes. Sometimes I don't. I'm bad about buying stuff and then never using it. So
yeah, I know. But
that's half the battle is buying a tech. Like, oh, I want these. I want these. I want these.
Can you highlight Steve Everything HVACR's latest comment?
Hughesman HVAC?
No. It says Hughesman. What's that? Are you saying something here? Because I'm just drinking beer tonight.
Insinuating something? That's funny. That's funny.
Now, Steve is great. If anybody out there's listening to the future podcast or watching the YouTube channel, check out Everything HVACR. Great dude, great content, good friend. I got to meet him and Rick in Chicago. It was super cool to hang out with Rick and Steve. And very cool.
I think he was replying to T-Wall Reacts, and I think he just messed up and put Hughesman instead of Hughesman.
Oh, I got you.
I'll put the link to it here in a second. T-Wall reacts to his channel here in a second.
T-Wall Reacts. Is that like reaction videos?
I'm not sure.
I like that stuff. I do.
Yeah, I fall into a black hole on reaction videos, and most times it's just clickbait, and it's like it's dumb, fine. And like you get sucked into it for 2 hours. Like, where did the time go?
Yeah. Hey, T-Wall, feel free to react to anything I put out, please. I'd love that. That'd be cool.
So, yeah, I know you said you want to focus a lot more on some stuff on YouTube. What are some of the cool guests you got coming up for Misfits, though?
Well, let me go through the calendar. We've got Daniel Myers from Flare Systems coming up this Saturday. I don't know a whole lot about him, so that's what's nice about being the guest or being the host. I get to meet all these different cool people, like Kim Keevers last week. I had no idea who she was or what she did. Awesome guest. Perfect. It was a perfect show. Brendan Finn, again, a guest I'm going to learn about on the 21st. Tara from Johnson Controls coming on the 28th. Winston Mock of Whoosh and Ted Lorenz of Copeland, January the 9th or the 8th. January 4th. Ice Master Ty. You guys might know him from Instagram. He's up there in Canada. That's the thing with our show. We bring on social media influencers. We bring on people from companies that are representing different companies, refrigeration technologies, Copeland. We'll bring on first guys just getting in the trade or guys that have been in the trade 35 years. John Ellis returns. You know John Ellis, right?
Oh yeah, John Ellis kills it.
John Ellis returns on the 18th. Smart guy. And you know what I loved about his first episode was the life he's lived. He's been through, he's done it all. He's been in Hollywood movies. He's lived here. He's done that. He's in HVAC. It was such a cool show getting to meet him. I recommend everybody tune in for John Ellis's episode. And then Ed Janowak. Is that pronouncing that way? Janowak. He's coming on the 25th.
You guys are booked out.
Oh, that's the only way. It's the only way to do it, man.
So let's be honest here. Does Jennifer do it, or do you do it, or do you split it?
We split it. We split it. She brings on a lot of the people that are representing companies and things of that nature. Techie, people like that. I bring on a lot of the guys that are new to the trade or are on Instagram, more of an entertainment type, and it mixes. The show's always different. It's always a different mix. And I really love hearing, we had Hughes on. Man, I like freeze sometimes. I can't remember people's names. It's like I'm getting old. Chris Hughes was on, and we did a lot of the demonstrations on all the things he's doing. The blower door. He had a whole furnace set up. Then we'll have other shows where we're just getting to know the people. And I like to be a springboard for people who are new to the trade or new to Instagram or new to YouTube, AB HVAC just started his YouTube channel. I ran across it. I like this content. I said, come on the show, man. I'd love to, give you a platform to maybe boost you up and get some more. If I could get somebody 10, 20 more subscribers, that goes a long way when you're just starting out a YouTube channel. So I really like to promote people, whoever they are, whatever they want to talk about. We have some episodes where they're talking technical. They're showing us blower doors and the filters they use and, all the technical stuff. And then we have episodes where we're just like, tell us your backstory. How'd you get in the trade? Let's talk about it. So
it's kind of interesting. It's a mix. Everything's interesting. I like learning about products, tools, and stuff like that. But then I like seeing people who came into the industry, whether it's HVAC, plumbing, kitchen stuff, the trades, and the differences made in these people's lives. Because, look at Matt, the HVAC doctor. The guy is legit. Like, he's a genius. And, he's like, I don't want to do this. And he became an HVAC guy, and he's killing it doing HVAC. And he's,
Not only that, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Oh,
I love Matt Waxer. I actually made a short or a TikTok or whatever. I put it all over where he was on the show and he was like, a lot of people think I'm just full of myself, calling myself the HVAC doctor. And then I edited it all up and I had Spock or whatever, the guy from Star Trek. He was like, I'm a doctor. It was perfect. So yeah, Matt Waxer is a great guy. He's constantly messaging me and forwarding his stuff to me and I'll promote it. I love Matt. Great dude.
Yeah, that whole Red Seal Inc. team or crew they have is a great people. Jay, Foodie, they're all great people, and I love their content, the things they do.
We were talking about getting the whole A team on the show one time. I'll have to get back with them, but that would be an epic episode. Matt Waxer, the entire A team, or as many as I can fit on the StreamYard app. I don't know. I think I'm up to 6 or 7 or 8 people. I don't know, but
I pay for the stupid one, so I get 10. I need to knock it down because I've never had more than 5. I think it's a story of my life. I go all in, and then I regret it later on.
Yeah, and just to bring it back, that first time I had you on my show, I think you had just bought your Rodecaster Pro.
Yeah,
maybe we're just dialing it in during that.
With it. Yeah. I've had some issues along the way with it, and I've got it set. And I don't I took it somewhere, and I thought I was going to use it. I didn't use it, so now it doesn't even leave. It just stays here. I've got separate mics I use when I travel now, so I don't have to touch the cables or nothing. It doesn't move. I've got my spring arm here. I just push it out of the way when I'm done. And yeah, because there's nothing worse when everything's set and then all of a sudden you turn it on. It's like, what's that crackle? What's that sound? Why is it breaking up? It's like, I didn't change anything. Why are you doing this?
Yeah, I've toyed with the idea of getting some sort of interface, but I just plug into the computer and run everything right through StreamYard. I've got the Focusrite audio interface and my microphone, and that's it. That's all I do. I try to level volumes right on the StreamYard app. You can go in because you know how you can click it and it says automatically adjust. If somebody sounds super loud, I'll unclick that and just put them down. And because it'd be nice to actually level everybody's volume during the show.
I don't even use the interface like I should. Like I legit have my microphone plugged into it. I have my computer plugged into it so I can listen to the headphones, and that's all I do. And I'm like, I'm not really doing justice. Like this is what I started off with. I don't want to focus.
Yep.
There it goes. And it's a mini USB or USB-C. It plugs right in. Headphones plug into it. This thing sounds amazing. Like Eric on, he's like, buy this. And I used it. It plugs right in the computer. And that's what I use when I travel for work. I'll use that for a microphone because it's small.
Sure.
And it works great. But Michael, I missed the last name, Pletzia. He was asking me what was a decent mic to start with. I was like, dude.
Yeah, he was asking me.
For $100 on Amazon, this is all you need. And it sounds freaking amazing.
Yeah, he messaged me too. I told him about the pod mic and my Focusrite. Then I saw a video he just posted on Facebook today. He was in his local library in a podcast studio. I was like, that's pretty cool.
There's a place like that here too. It's like an extension for Purdue University, but they have like a full recording studio, and you can rent time and book time at it. It's like legit like a studio, and like people host podcasts and stuff in there, and like you just rent time. I'm like, that's cool.
That is cool.
But the library thing blew my mind. I'm like, that's cool. And so I don't think he needs a microphone. He just needs to make sure his library card is up to date. He's good to go.
No doubt. No doubt. Yeah, I've never heard of him before, and he's just kind of bursted onto the scene. I think they're doing there was a TikTok Saturday morning conversation. I know Jennifer was participating in that, but I believe they've moved it somewhere else. But yeah, if anybody's interested in that, message Jennifer Manzo on all social media, because I'm sure she's not getting enough messages from all sorts of people.
Yeah, the Saturday morning thing, it's hunting season right now. So my Saturday mornings, if the weather's decent, I'm hunting. If the weather's bad, I work. So if I got a chance at work, I'll turn it on and watch or listen to it. But I'm trying to catch one. I don't know if I'm gonna hunt this weekend, so we'll see what happens. I may try to jump in the live stream and hang out with him for a little bit. But he's got a great outlook on everything. He actually was talking about maybe changing over to the kitchen world. So who knows? I'm taking over. I'll steal all the HVAC guys I can.
I know Jennifer mentioned in the comments a little earlier. I have decided to start fielding some tech support calls for her HVAC Coalition free tech support. Now, I can't promise you that I'm always going to be able to help, but sometimes when people call tech support, I know when I have, and you just kind of need to throw out some ideas. I've fielded a few calls since I've been doing it on Tuesdays, and a lot of guys have been like, wow, I didn't even think of that. So I might not be able to give you the exact perfect answer because as well as I do, it's hard, dude. I've never done tech support, but I've fielded a lot of phone calls from techs that are new in the company. So I always have my phone on for them. And sometimes you just got to start giving people options, ideas. Have you looked at this? Did you check that? And it's funny because I actually was in Erie the other day doing a service report, and I got a call from Craig and Jessica Egan, which was like, wow, that's cool. So I got to talk. They were working on a Trane heat pump that was acting funky in heat. And I thought, well, maybe it's the reversing valve. And he was kind of bouncing things off me, and he thought it might have been that too. He ended up calling Trane, found out that it's the suction line temp sensor was out of whack. So called me back and told me, and I was like, that's cool. And it was nice to talk with them again because I did meet them in Vegas at AHR and Tactical Awards, and went out and ate with them and Gil Cavey and all sorts of people. So it was fun to catch up with them, and it never would have happened had I not been fielding the phone calls for the HVACR Coalition free tech support line.
That's a really cool thing she does over there. I honestly don't know how she does everything she does. I'm like, there's no way. I was like, how do you sleep? You know, homeschool, business owner. She's doing load calc. She's doing this. She's doing that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know how I do what I do most days. And I was like, I don't even understand. I don't even want to. I don't even know what's going on in her head. I'm like, no, forget it.
No, I hear you. And now she's decorating houses for Christmas.
Yeah.
She's added that to her
Yeah.
thing.
So Stuart made a kitchen cowboy. He's a kitchen guy. So I'm jealous of him because I'm in turbo. I did turbo chef training yesterday and today, but he's actually in Dallas at a place they call the MIK. It's the MIK. It's the Middleby Innovation Kitchen. He's getting like a 3-day turbo chef class down there. So I'm jealous. I got the 2-day at my shop when I'd rather be in Dallas hanging out with him at the MIK. So enjoy that time there, kitchen cowboy.
Oh yeah.
Brian says that I got him on the dark side. Yeah. We converted Brian. He's now a kitchen tech. He's still doing refrigeration and HVAC, but he's enjoying the kitchen life, I think.
No, that's awesome.
The variety. So who else we got in here? We got Jennifer. She's all over the place. Dan Baker says, "What's up, guys? Just getting off calls now. Happy Wednesday." That was a good episode I had. We had Dan Baker, Wood, and Michael on from Blue Collar Talent Scouts, and those guys, they do talent scouting a little differently. They don't just try to put a guy in a job just to get a sell or a placement, so they get paid. They actually, try to do some background on the guys, try to do some background on the companies, and it's pretty cool to see, recruiting done a better way than what it is done. Most of the time recruiters will give you some line or some some bull crap to get you in so they can get paid, when really, I mean, a lot of guys get put in places they should never be or they don't want to be.
Yeah. And that's one thing I picked up from our guest, Kim. I asked her, I said, did you ever have to tell a guy, maybe this isn't for you? Maybe you're not cut out for this. And she's like, absolutely. She seemed to be a very caring. And I felt like I feel like I'm a good people person. I can tell when, I can tell if people are good people or if they're backstabbers or whatnot. I felt a real good thing from her, and I felt like she's possibly like changed a lot of people's lives for the good just by placing them in a good situation with their jobs. So that was an awesome episode. And that's a whole thing too that I never even would have known about had it not been for the podcast, I mean, I guess I knew there was recruiting out there, but I never really thought about it. I've never had to be recruited. We've never, we get our employees a whole different way. And it was fascinating to hear about. It was very cool.
Yeah, I didn't know what they did at first. So they got a friend request that said D&K refrigeration specialist. I was like, is this a shop?
Yeah.
And then I went and looked. I was like, oh, it's a recruiting, that specializes in refrigeration and stuff. I was like, oh, that's really cool. So maybe I'll let that episode simmer a little bit on you, and then I'll bring them over here and talk to them.
Dude, I recommend it. Have her and her husband on, and I know her daughter and son are in it too. The daughter was going to come on, I believe, but she was sick. But I threw it out there that, and this goes to anybody out there in social media. Anybody wants short clips, an intro, anything edited? I'm looking to edit, for cheap. I'm not even asking for a lot of money on this. So if anybody's out there, I'm out for hire, and Pat, that still stands with you. I'd love to edit you an awesome intro.
Yeah, I want to do an intro that I can use like before we come on the show, just like to show off some of our guests or some of things. That's what I'm really after. I can just play that and I can come back in. I'm trying to be more professional when I come on instead of just hitting the button and start talking and spewing nonsense. You know how it goes.
Yeah. And if anybody wants to know my resume, go watch the HVAC Overtime show. That was me. I made that. I edited them their newest intro, and I love doing it. I enjoy it. I like getting, I like a challenge as far as video editing goes. I like a challenge in HVAC and mechanical repair too. Doesn't it feel good, Pat? I'm sure you can attest to this, when you've got a hard problem, something that other people have been scratching your head over, and then you roll in and get it all fixed up. It's a sense of accomplishment. And I think that's something that people get in trade jobs and repair work and service calls and stuff like that a lot of other people don't get in their job. My wife, her job, she never comes home and feels accomplished and like she's I think solving a problem is a big thing for our type of people in this type of work.
You
Feels
gotta have
good.
you gotta have a certain mindset where you like that challenge. I mean, there's guys that do this job that don't really want a challenge; they just go through the motions. But
Mhm.
if you are a person that likes, there was a meme or something I shared last week, either on a story or something. It's like, the dispatch calls you and like, oh, I got another call for you, and it's like 4 o'clock. You're like, no, I'm going home. But and then she's like, well, 3 other companies that went and looked at it can't fix it, and I'm like, you got me.
Yeah.
Every single time, man. I'm like, as soon as you say that someone I don't like or another company I don't like or I can't stand, I think does bad work, has been there. I'm like, I don't care if it's midnight. Let's go.
Pat, I hate to tell you this, but they're just saying that at this point.
Oh, I know they are. They know how to get me now. So
That is funny.
I fall for it every time now.
Just tell Pat that this company's been there and they can't figure it out. He'll be on the road in no time.
Yeah. They've got me pegged pretty well. That's funny.
funny.
So anything else you want to talk about? I try to keep it under an hour because we could probably sit here and drink beer and talk all night if I'd let you. But
No, I'm just you asked me to come on. I figured
mhm.
you had a great guest lined up and that fell through, and then you needed somebody, so here I
No.
am. But no, I mean, Pat, I'm a big fan of your show.
Yeah.
Jason and Rich, and I enjoy it, and I love what you're doing, and I think it's great. You're killing me in subscribers on YouTube. We haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
I was surprised.
I am too. I
Well,
don't know why.
and mine is I don't just do the podcast. I think that's kind of helps because I do some repair stuff on there
Yeah,
too. So I kind of do it both. And I
yeah.
think that may be what helps me a little bit. And maybe I should have split it up differently when I started. Who knows? I mean,
Well,
I don't know what I'm doing.
maybe I need
I
to
just
start
do it.
putting other content out there or something. But I've been trying to do the shorts and the
Yeah.
stuff, funny stuff, like when Devin Cooley said, I don't know, what did he say? Uh rub, I forget. It was funny though. Go check out that short. It was hilarious. But I try to
Uh,
make the shorts and get some other some engagement going there. But yeah, I was shocked. I thought for sure we would have been over 1,000 already. So if anybody wants to show us some love over at the Misfits of HVAC on YouTube, please enjoy the show too. I think it's a really good content. I enjoyed Jennifer. She is a freaking blast. Check us out, Misfits of HVAC. We go live every Saturday. The show is then on repeat. You can watch it
mhm.
anytime you want. If you want to check me out on YouTube, it's Hughesman HVAC. And I'm on all social media. Both things are. You want a t-shirt? Ryan Hughes HVAC.com. And
Uh,
that's about it, man. Yeah, I'm super excited to come on and talk with you. And stay tuned. I think we're going to be doing some big things in 2025. At least I
Yeah,
hope so.
and when I put all this out, I'll make sure I tag you, Jennifer, Misfits, the
Yeah.
Hughesman. I'll put all the links to everything on there because I love supporting you guys. You guys support us, and you guys do some really good stuff. And all the hard work Jennifer does.
Oh,
I've donated some stuff for she had a lady on there she was trying to place, and
yep.
Rich beat me to donating, so I had to match Rich. So I think me and Rich probably were responsible for like half of that thing ourselves that night.
Nice.
But she did a giveaway, and I gave some True Tech Tool gift card away for that for her. I just
That's
love
awesome.
supporting what she does. She does a lot for the industry, and
Yes.
it's cool. So
Very
I'm
cool.
going to call tonight, but I will tag you in everything. I'm going to put out a little clip, a little snippet tomorrow, and then the episode will be out Friday morning at 5 a.m. And I will tag you guys and everything. But I really appreciate what you've done for me to get me started, the support you've shown me and my co-hosts, and I just want to thank you for being a good person, Ryan.
Thank you, Pat. A true friend over here. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
All right. Have a good night, guys.